Hello everyone, hopefully you all be doing well. Welcome back with another video. Today we are gonna solve topical past papers for the 10th chapter, Boolean Logic and Logic Expressions. So there are a few questions over here that we are gonna solve. So starting with the first question, it's really pretty simple. It starts with they have said you some names of the logic gates and they want you to match them to the standard symbols. So starting with the first one, the AND gate, like I've given the already in my previous videos. If you don't know the basics of this chapter, then you can watch the video given in link in the top right, hopefully, and then you can learn from there. Okay, so the first one is about AND gate. AND gate, you can jointly have this one with the D. Okay, OR gate is the one that have got like a little bit of a fish in it. Okay, and NAND gate is like you combine and NOT. So over here we have got like the AND gate with the D and like a circle at the end represent the NOT gate, and just simple NOT gate will be represented by this. Okay, so that's your final answer. Okay, so let's go with another question. Okay, let's skip that one. That's not part of that. Again, not this one. Okay, yeah, we can start with this one. This question is a part of our logic expressions. Okay, so they have given us a expression and they want us to build a truth table out of it. And again, if I have taught this how to do this one in my detailed videos, you can watch it over there as well. But over here, the first thing, we will split this into multiple parts. First one is like this one, and then we can do this one, and then at the end we will combine it and we will get our final answer as X. Okay, first of all we have to do A or B, so that's A or B. I will call it as like a P. Let me write P over here. Okay, so I will just simply go down from here till here. Okay, so let's start with this one. Okay, lines are not straight, but it's fine. Okay, so A or B, so A or B. Okay, in the OR, the condition is really simple. If any one of the input is 1, it will become 1, otherwise it will be 0. For the first one, it will be 0 because no 1, 0 because it's no 1, then 0 and 1, and one of them is 1, then it will become 1. Same for this one, it will become 1. Same for this one, it will become 1. Same for this one, it will become 1, and they both are 1, so that will also give you a 1. And next we have got not B and C. As we do not have a not B, let me draw it over here, or you can also draw it anywhere before this one as well, and so it will give you the same answer. Okay, I'm gonna go with the not B over here. Okay, not B. Okay, the bar represents not B. So it will become 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0. Okay, so now I'm gonna call this as Q and I'm gonna write it down over here. Okay, and let's go further down. And we can go with this one. Q is looking not B and C. So this one we're gonna use this one, and C is like this one. So we're gonna use these two, and in the condition of the AND, what we do is if both the ones inputs are 1, then you will get an output as 1, otherwise you will always get a 0. So for the second one, let me correct it over here. Okay, so this and this over here, oh sorry, I marked the first one. This and this over here is giving us a both are 1, so I will choose it as 1 over here. This at the end I will mark all rest of them all 0 to this one, and this one are also 1 because this and this are both are 1. Okay, and then I think these are the only two possibilities. Let's just go through all of them once again. Okay, so let's use some other color in order to make it different. Okay, so 1 and 0, it will produce a 0, and 1 and 1 we are already done with 1, and then 0 and 0, it will again produce a 0, and 0 and 1 again produce a 0, 1 and 0 again produce a 0, because they both have to be 1 and to produce a 1. So there's 0 0, so you don't have to check the second one, you can just simply put a 0 over there. Now you have to apply and in between these two. So again, both have to become both have to become 1 in order to give you output as 1, otherwise it will be 0. So first one have got like zeros in it, so it will produce a 0, 0 and 1 again will produce a 0, 1 and 0 to produce a 0, 1 and 0 to produce a 0, 1 and 0 will produce a 0, 1 and 1, so they both are 1, so this will produce a 1 over here, and the rest of them are also 0. So that's your final answer. That's not a difficult question to go on with. Only thing that you have to understand is how these gates works. If you know that, then you can just simply split them into different parts, like I split it over there, has like this one and then this one, and then you can combine them together and you will get your answer. So let's move on to another question. Yes, that's also an interesting one. Basically, what does it says? It says that you have to make a logic expression. Okay, you do not simplify logic expression. You have to make a logic circuit from the given logic expression. Okay, and do not simplify it. You don't try to simplify it. Just simply draw it as it is. Okay. So let me tell you, for the AND, we have a symbol like this. Okay, for our OR, we go like this, a fishy shape. Okay, and then for our NOT, we just go like this without this symbol. You just have got only one input. But if you want to make them NOTs with them as well, so put the zero at the end and circle at the end will give you an answer. Okay, so first of all, say R or not T. So I will take one line from R, I will take one line from T, but I have to make a not T, so I will make it like this, and now I have got this line. So I will just combine them together over here like this, and I have to do a OR on them. So I will apply the OR symbol, and that's how I will get it. Okay. Now this says not S and T. So for the S, I have to do a not over here, and then I have to take a value from not, simple not. So I will take it from the back side from here before the not applied. So, and I have to do and on them. So I will put a D over there, and that's it. That's how I get my answer. Now I have to combine them these together, and I have to get an XOR. So this one is done and this one is done. Now I will do XOR. XOR or exclusive or is just very simple, like this and this and then this, and that give you your final answer. That will go over there. Just try to make it a straight line, it will be better. Okay, right there you can just like make a this line and then make it like this way, but still it's fine, not a big deal. Okay, you can go it anyway, that will still work. Okay, so that's the final expression. Okay, hopefully that makes pretty much sense. Okay, again, just split the basic things, basic expression given into 2 or 3 parts, and then make the symbols according to that, and you will get your answer. Okay, the not difficult ones, they are really easy questions, and that's how you can do them. Okay, next we have got, let's write it down, and it will make it easier for us. Okay, so R or not T. So first of all, we have to go with like R or not T. Okay, I will write that down. You can also write their expressions like this. It will also help you to do them. Okay, then rather than naming them something else, it also works. Okay, then not S and T. Now you have to go with not S and T. So not S and T, and it's like this and T. So for this, again, if you don't know the basics, then there's like a video I have made on that in a very detail. Actually two. One is like in very much detail, and the other one is like a quick review. So whichever you want to see, just look at that. It will save you some time and you can easily learn that. Okay, so now, and at the end you have to do both of them as like XOR, and that's how you will get this Z. Okay, so first of all, I will go with this one, R and not T. So I haven't made not T. I would it's really fine if you can make the nots already before. Okay, so I would prefer to make the nots over here. Okay, because that saves you a lot of time while you are solving them. Okay, so if you are, while you're solving them, if you already have the not of that available, then you don't have to think in your mind. Okay, I will make actually two of them over here. One is like not T and one is like not S. Okay, so let's start making them. Change color, it looks good. Okay, so T, not T is like just 0 1 0 1, so it will become opposite. 0 opposite is 1 1, opposite 0, so 1 0 1 0 1 0. And same thing you can do with the S naught. S is like 0 0 1 1 0 0 1 1, so it will become 1 1 0 0 1 0 0. That's how you can do it. Now you're gonna solve them according to the given condition. Okay, I'm gonna go with R and not T. So this is R and this is not T. I'm gonna AND. AND means both of them have to be 1. So 1 and 0 will give me a 0. And then 0 and 0 will give me a 0. 0 and 1 will give me a 0. This is 0, so 0. Now I'll check 1 1, it will give me a 1. Then this is 1 and this is 0, it will give me a 0. And this 1 and 1 will give me a 1. And so on also has 0. Okay, now for the S naught or T, S, I think I made a mistake over here. It was not R first. Yeah, it was or first. So we have did it oppositely actually. Okay, let's try to go with this one again. Okay, because it was or first. Okay, the plus symbol represents the or. That's really important that you have to remember that. Okay, let not make a circle because it will get confused with the exclusive or. Okay, it's or actually. So first of all, let's go with the or one. Okay, Or is basically R and not T. So or if any one of them is 1, then it's 1. So it's like 1. So I'll put a 1 over here. Both are 0. So 0, then 1 and 0. Again, one of them is 1, then 0, then 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so that's how I got all of them. R or not T. Now, not S with a and T. This one is and, one of them have to be, both of them have to be 1. So this one, now we're talking about this one and this one, not S and T. So it will become 0, 0, because wait, let me check again. No, it was a T. So you have to look carefully over here. Okay, change the color as well so we can make it look better. Okay, I think it will not be visible that much clearly. Let's go with this one. Okay, so first of all, it was like this 1, and this was like 0. So it produces a 0. And now 1 and 1, it will produce a 1 because both of them are 1. So 0 and 0 will produce a 0, 0 and 1 will produce a 0, 1 and 0 will produce a 0, 1 and 1 will produce a 1 because both of them have to be 1. So they both are 1. 0 and 0 will produce a 0, and 0 and 1 will produce a 0 as well. Okay. At the end, after doing these two, okay, they have clearly said it, you have to do the exclusive OR. Okay, you have to go with the exclusive OR. So exclusive OR is simply is simple condition is that if both the inputs are different, then you get a 1. If both the inputs are similar, then you get a 0. So for the first one, let's draw this one. So both of them are different, so it will give us a 1. So both of them are different, we will get a 1. Both are different, you will get a 1. For this one, they both are similar, so you will get a 0. So both of them are different, 1, both are similar, 0. It doesn't matter if it's 0, 0, it's 1, 1, but if they're similar, then you will get a 0. So the rest of two are them 1. Okay, so that's how you can get your answer, and hopefully that's not that difficult to understand. Okay, again the question is repeating itself. Let's not do that, and let's move on. Oh yeah, that's an important question. I have seen many students like getting really confused about this type of questions, but it's actually not of a difficult one. Okay, now they are saying, okay, logic circuit A in a logic circuit B is opening of a safe and used to store money. There are two keys A and B and a time switch C. The safe can only open if both keys are used at the same time, and the same time the switch is off. Okay, you are using both key A and key B with a switch time as off. Okay, and then the safe X will open up. Okay, so you want to produce a 1 when the key A is in use, which means it's 1. So key A, and okay, it's like it uses if only if both keys are used. So both keys are used, which means both have to be 1. So which means it will produces a dot, which means and A and B. Okay, but for this C, the switch has to be off. Okay, and the time of the switch is off, and the time of the switch is off. So C is off. Off is like a 0. So I will negate it at that. Okay, so that's pretty much it works, I think. We'll check the answers at the end as well. Okay, and hopefully that will be fine enough. Okay. Okay, let me explain this once again, because what we do, we have done questions like this, and if you haven't, then again watch my video and you will learn in detail from there. You can combine these in order to produce a 1. That's called as like using the table to make an expression out of it. This is similar to that thing because they are using key A. So the key A is there, okay, and then they are using the key. They are using the key A over here, key B over there, and key C. You always combine all the gates by using an AND with them, and then whichever is like 0, you have to negate it. Okay, so the negative sign is over there as well. So that's how it works out. So it will give you a final answer of A and B and C with the negation on the top. So that's how you will get your answer of this. Okay, now you have to complete the table as well. That's not actually that much of a difficult thing to go on. Okay, yep, you can make the table as well out of it. Don't get confused with that. I can simply go with these two, and whatever answer I will get, I will apply with that one, or in any order, it will not get affected by that. Okay, so first of all, I will go A and B. So A and B. Okay, So 0, 0 is like 0, 0, 0, 0 because both have to be 1. So 0, 0, and only last two are 1. Okay. Now I have to apply that with the C naught. Okay. So C naught will be like let me write C naught first. Okay. It will give you a 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Again, you have to do AND between these two. Okay. So both of them have to 1. So at the end, 0, 1 is like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Only this one is 1 because both of them are 1 and this will produce a 0. Okay. So that's really pretty simple. You don't have to get confused, but just don't get confused in that. You have to learn the basics and that's how hopefully it will work out. Okay. Again, another question like the same as previous one. Let's move on to another question that is, yep, let's try this one. It simply says draw the symbol for a exclusive OR logic gate and complete the truth table for it. Okay. So exclusive OR logic gate, you have to draw this symbol. Okay, symbol is pretty simple. I have already told you take two inputs, draw one bracket, draw another bracket, and then join it like this, and at the end it will produce one output. Okay, so that's the exclusive for. And for the table, I have already told you before and told in other videos as well, over here also, that like if the inputs are similar, like 0 0 or 1 1, they will always produce a 0, but if they are different, then they will produce a 1. That's pretty much simple, and hopefully that's understandable. Okay. Yeah. There's another question like this over here. Okay, you have to make an expression out of it again. You can pause the video over here and like try to do it on yourself, and then you can do it, compare it with the working that I will do. So if they say that like is the crane will only move if the operator is present. So operator is present, it which means A. Okay, and either the ignition key is present or the operator code is correct. So either the ignition key is present or the operator code, so they're already using an or. Either the ignition key is present, that's like a 0. So I will go with like a, over here I use AND, but over here they are saying me either ignition key is present, which means be negated. Okay, and either or the operator code is correct, or the operator code is correct is also 0, so C negative. Okay, that's how you can get your answer. Again, let me tell you, you always combine them with whatever the conditions they have given you, so they can only move. So they have given two conditions, so they both have to be met, and one, so we will use AND in there, but in the second one they have using an OR, so we'll use that, and for the zeros we will negate it, and that's how we'll get your final answer. Okay, and then you just have to draw it down. I don't think so there's pretty much any of difficulty. I'm easily able to see that like a B not available and C not available. So let me do that first, so in order to get a better answer. So B not is like 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0, and for C is like 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. So that's how I'll get all of them. Now I just have to do or between them. Okay, if I will do just like B naught plus C naught, I will get that. And if any of them one is 1, it will give me a 1 1 1 1. This one produce 0 1 1 1, and this is 0. Okay, now at the end I have to do a AND with it. Okay, with the A, using this A, so this one and this one. Let's go with and both have to be 1. So first one is 0, so this first four are exactly 0, so I can just simply write 0 0 0 and 0. First four directly becomes 0. Then I will compare it again from here and here. Now both are 1, so I will produce a 1. They both have 1, so I'll produce a 1. Both have 1, I'll produce a 1. And last one is again 0 because one of them is 0. So that's how you can easily solve it. So hopefully that's understandable. And again, let me see. I think that's pretty much similar to the previous one that we have done, but let's try to do it again. They all are very similar once you have learned one of the questions, and like mostly I feel like students don't get that many mistakes in this much part. Normally they get more mistakes in the word problem that we have done before. So that of question makes more mistake. Okay. So A NAND B, so I will take a value from A and I will take a value from B and I will combine them together, and they're saying NAND over here, which means like a and with a circle at the end that will produce a NAND. Now they're saying or, they have to do them or with a not, or and then not, then B XOR C. So I will take one value from B and one value from C and I will do them XOR like this. And then they said I have to do a not. Okay, so I will apply not over here separately because they mentioned it separately, and then they are saying I have to do it as or. Okay, so I will do it as like or, and that's how I get my final answer. Okay, so first of all we did this and we did this, then we did this, and at the end we did this. Okay, so 1 2 3 and then that's 4. Okay, so that's how we made it. So that's how 1 2 3 and then 4. Hopefully that's understandable. Not a problem. Again, you can make the solution out of it over here. That's not much of a problem. Let me do one of the question over here. Okay, let's do some other one. I find it really easy. Okay, let's try this one. That's one another like a little bit different one. Not P or Q. So not P is like this. I will go with not first, and then Q. I will take value from here as well, and I will go with the OR over here. So it will go like this. Okay. So I hopefully that's like basic what you do, not a problem with that. And then I have to go X Q exclusive OR. So I will take a value from Q, I will take a value from R, I have to exclusive OR. So I will go like this, and that's how I got it. Okay, you can also just join them over here till here, that still be fine, not a problem. I just like it that way before, like lines not cutting it. Okay, so these two are there, and then I have to do NAND over here. Okay, I have to combine these two outputs, and I have to do NAND over here, and with a circle at the end, we produce the NAND, and that's how I will get my final answer. Okay, so hopefully that's understandable. And again, you have to make this. Let's try to do some question that's yep, that type of questions where normally comes. You can see that that's simply an exclusive or. Okay, and is like last this one. NAND is like and with the not, and NOR is like with the or and this. So normally they give one extra, but normally they're pretty much simple. Again, the same question we have done before. Okay, this is also very pretty simple. And yep, again, this type of questions are coming. You can see that this question came in 2025. Okay, so you can see that like they are normally giving questions like this, so where you have to make an expression like this. Again, let's go with that one. They say that like a reason can get a one is are 1.4 meter tall or over. 1.4 meter tall or over, it's already a one. So right, let me write A. Then I will go with the and. So this way, then are 12 years old or over. 12 years old or over, again one. So I will write a B, then and do not have a medical condition. Do not have a medical condition is like a 0. So C with the negation. That's pretty much simple. We've done a very similar question over here before. So you can just simply do it, just combine. Before that, I combined these together. Now I'm going to combine these together and to show you it will not have any effect on the final answer. So B and not C. Let me write not C. It will make me easier. 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 and 0. Okay, so now B, I will go with B and C not. For the end, we already know that both have to be 1. So this one is 0, so this one is 0, and then they both are 1, so it will be 1. This one is 0 because this one is 0. Then the next two will be 0 because these are 0. So then again 1 and then 0. So that's what I got out of it. Okay, now I have to go with the A. Actually, I have to go with like and of that as like a final result. Okay, I have to make them end with the A. Okay, so zeros. First of all, I'll put all the first 4 as 0 because these are first zeros. So you don't have to check even the second value because both have to be 1. One of them is 0, then it will not work out. This is like 1 and this one is 0, so it will produce me a 0. This one is 1 and it will produce 0, so it will produce me a 0. But this one and this is also a 1, so it will produce me a 1, and last one is also producing a 0. So that's the final answer. So hopefully that's understandable to all of you. And again, if you are having any problem, if you have any questions, you can text me, and I'm also available to teach you on one-on-one. So if you have any queries, you can text me on my number given in the description as well. And also, if there are any particular questions, any particular videos that you want me to make, just to let me know in the comments, and I will try to make them. And thank you very much for your time, and see you soon with the next video.